So now we can merge the passes. We have some frames, so we can start making the compositing. I just put an input node there, and this one is the logo. Okay, let's go to have a fit. So that's our frame. Actually, we have just 123 frames. So if we launch the preview, you know, we'll have just the animation splitting the various passes. Okay, let's go to the first frame. So we can start to have the final look, but I like also to merge the other passes. So we have the object ID, and in the meantime we can load also the other passes and the self-illumination and the Z depth. So that's the object ID. Sorry, that's the self-illumination. This one is the Z depth, and this one is the channel. Okay, so let's start, for example, adding the self-illumination. So we need a Composite Merge. We can merge this one, and this one will be add, as you see, as a screen, and that's the differences actually. So we can do two things. First of all, let's use this one as the channel. So let's do a mask with this one. I'm sorry, that's the Z depth. Okay, so let's go to mask bitmap, and I like to pick the green, so we can use this one as mask. So you see, in this way we are choosing to add just the back there as screen, and it's nice. Then we can go to have another merge, and this one can be set there, and there we can add, for example, let's say that we have a glow. So there we can go to have a little bit less, but to do the glow I like to use this mask. So we can create another mask, let's say mask bitmap, and this one should be, let's say again, the green, but it's inverted, and this one is used as mask there. So now you see we are doing the glow just in this area. Let's go to maybe 0.085. Okay, and there we can set the screen, but let's go to, we need this one also as mask. Okay, so you see we have just this illumination there. Let's try to have another pass of glow, and let's go to 100%, and there we can have a bigger glow. So you see that's the actual result. Okay, nice. Let's go back to fit. So actually we have our masking and we have our glow. That's the Z depth. So let's imagine that now we like to have the focus, and we go to have for the moment just this one, but we need 2 passes of the focus. So in this case, actually you see we are using this one as effect mask, so we are the focusing there. So we have to go and say add tool, mask, bitmap, and this one is done using the luminance. So actually you see we have the focusing there, we set as invert. Okay, and let's see this one as okay. So you see that we have some layer there, so we can go into the focus and we can say that we have a lens. Let's use the hang-on shaded, and we have a bigger the focusing. We have no blooming, just the focusing. So that's the first one, and that's the result using the focus. Let's go with a really high the focusing. Just playing. Okay, so if we go back to the first frame, okay, you see we have the focusing just on the back. Let's set a little bit of higher level there for the black, so we have no the focusing actually over the text. And let's say that we have some soft edges. Maybe less. Let's go for 001. Okay, we can remove it because it is not nice to have it. So we have this this kind of effects there, and it's changed based on the, you see the animation there. Okay, before the focus, let's start playing with the colors. So let's go in the color and let's work with the brightness and contrast. Let's go at the first frame. Let's go to have a little bit more contrast and just a little bit more some brightness and a little bit more saturation. So that's the previous and that's the final test. Let's go to have a little bit of coloring done using the color corrector. So let's connect the color corrector and connect there. Let's work on the midtones just a little bit to play with the colors there, and also with the shadows to change a little bit nothing so much. And the master can be nice, so you see how it is changing. Okay, maybe the focus is too much. Let's go with a lower value, maybe 4. And let's see if we have again the blooming. It's not so nice. The blooming is too much. Maybe just a little bit. Okay. Okay, nice. Let's work there on a selection with a color corrector to create something like a vignetting. So mask ellipse. If we go there and we change, you see the contrast, we are moving in a different coloring. And we can also set the brightness. Then inside the mask we can have soft edges, and we can invert, and then we can start playing with the scaling. And there again on the ellipse. Okay, and then there maybe with a little bit more shaded view. And let's see what happens when we have different frame. Okay, it is not bad. Obviously this one needs to play everything on the reverse, so we have to set to reverse all the file we are importing. So this one too needs to have the reverse. And let's see if we have something else loaded. This one. Let's go in the file and reverse. So at the beginning we have this kind of stuff broken, and then we have some kind of stuff that is working nice. So let's see preview. So we can see the actual result, and you see that that's the way how we are merging the logo with the other stuff. Okay, nice. We can change still a little bit the look, and to change it, let's go at the final frame. We can do something like let's see, like adding again, sorry, let's go for the hotspot. So maybe we can use the hotspot just to have a little bit more illumination. Let's go in maybe 20, maybe 50%. We can have, for example, more illumination using this one in this part of the scene. And you see we can, for example, say to use this one as flare out or flare in. We can scale a little bit, and we can change a little bit of value, as having also the secondary strength to have a secondary flare there, and then we can, for example, change a little bit the angle, and then change also the aspect, and we can change a little bit the strength and scale again. So we have a little bit of lighting there and a little bit of lighting on the top there with the bigger sides. Okay, and then if we like to add something else to change a little bit the coloring, we can have, for example, there a creator as a background, and we can create a background of 900, 506, and then we can add Composite Merge, and have this one as foreground. You see that we have a black color in there. Then we can create a mask, an ellipse, and link, and then we can have something like that with the soft edges, and then there we can change the color. So we have complete color control over the look, and there we can say to use less, just to have a little bit, and then we can control again this one, just manipulating, you see, the mask on this part, and we have to change the focus there. And let's see what do we have there. We have a bloom. Let's remove the blur. Okay, you see, so we have this kind of effects there. We can put a little bit more light, so the hot spot there can be higher, and the same on the secondary, with maybe a little bit of scaling. Okay, nice. So we have this kind of coloring there, and let's try to change a little bit the value, and let's say that there we have something like that. Okay, nice. So at the beginning we have something like that, as you can see, and at the end we have something like that. Then if you like, you can add a little bit of gray. It is obviously too much. Let's go to have just a little bit of gray, and that's all. So back to the fit, and we have our final look. It is really simple, but it is nice to see how we can create a slicing animation for a logo. So let's see. So if you like, in 3ds Max you can animate the camera to have a more complex animation, some nice effects moving near the text there, to have depth of field and maybe additional effects. You can add some particle system to create some kind of moving particles all around. But the basic idea is to use, as you see, the slicing with a Pro Cutter, so you can decide the shape you like to create and then use the particles to animate all the stuff needed. So for the moment that's all, and I hope to see you back on Max Cookie to check for a new tutorial coming from cgcookie.com. Bye!